Welcome to my sewing room. So this is my serger corner, and you can see that I use my slat wall quite a bit for organization. So I have the 4 spools that I generally need all lined up by color. I do have some extra ones down there in that green basket that I don't use very regularly. I've got my foot bag that has all of the feet that I have for my serger. Nice and organized right there with easy access. And then the wonderful scrap caddy that Sarah got me, which of course isn't used in cover hem mode, so it's back there by my feet. This is generally where I do my scan and cut work. It's also multi-project based, so you'll see lots of extra things laying around because I do lots of different things. But that is like I said, most of the time where I'm using my scan and cut. And I have a lovely drawer and cabinet that I've decorated here for storage and keeping things neat. In that drawer that's open just a little bit there, I do have the miscellaneous serger pieces, like the extra spool, thread nets, and pieces to keep that all organized. So again, I do have slat wall, and I like to play with Legos. So there's some Legos up there too. My heat guns are up there. I got that cute little stand for my birthday this year. And there's some more serger things. Again, the slat wall is what I'm using most of the time here. So here is my fabric storage. I have glass shelves that are on the hooks there, and I also have hooks as a kind of bookend to make sure everything stays on there. I originally had it all organized. Kimberbell was all on one shelf, and then well, you know, life happens and things are not as organized, and as you can see by the dumping of things, I am human and I do that too. As we move around the room, I have my rulers all up there, easily accessible, and I have all of my orange pop rulers in one place. And this is a beautiful closet my husband built in here. So this is all of my scan and cut things in those wire mesh drawers, all of my tubes and rolls of vinyls. So that is the piece that I use to organize most of my scrapbooking, I'm so sorry. Most of my vinyl scan and cut paraphernalia is in there. Here is my messy cutting table, but you can see I have an organizer there that I have my knives in, marking pens, those kinds of things. Most of that fabric to the left is scraps or things that I've cut parts off of. They just need to be put away. I do have a ruler caddy that has nothing in it since I put those up on my wall. And I do have a few random things on the floor because, you know, again, I'm human. So over in that area, I have my heat press and of course my Mountain Dew refrigerator, very important things, and my sublimation printer. On the shelf there, again on slat wall, is all of the miscellaneous parts to my heat press. I have a lovely extra large ironing board, and then a shelf set that my husband built that has different caddies of things. Some of them are labeled, some of them are not, but I try to organize things by type. So the one on the right on the top says ruler work. Those are all of my rulers that I use for when I'm doing that. It's all nice and organized. These used to be my thread drawers, but I outgrew them. So they are now my scrap caddies. And if I close in a little bit, it's kind of dark over here. I'm not sure if you guys can make out. It says red scraps, pink scraps, orange scraps, and so on and so forth, so that I have things labeled nice and easily. This lovely messy corner here, those boxes on the bottom are all of my Need a Good Design All Access that I have been part of for way too many years, it feels like at this point, because now I'm trying to find a place to store those books. So those are what's there. I do have, again, a few more cubbies. I have a P-Touch machine that's in one of them. And then the more recent magazines and books there on the top. There's the lovely things I was making for Christmas for my family this year. made an extra copy, not sure where it's going to end up. And then this is my embroidery corner. So lots of Kimberbell, but not all Kimberbell there on different hooks and shelving. I absolutely love my hoop arrangement. You'll see it again when I come around the other side, but I have kind of like a clothes hanger piece, and those just fit really, really nicely on there. So I have all of my hoops with easy access, and I do have a cutting and ironing station sitting right next to me. This is my beautiful cabinet that my hubby built me, and I use that to lay out projects or stack up whatever I've recently brought home. So as I work my way around, that is my Persona, which is a Brother machine under a baby lock cover. And you can see I have the cabinet underneath a shelf for organizing all of my hoops. And then inside those doors is a drawer that has all of my bobbins and things for the Persona that are all organized in there. And then this is my lovely, messy stabilizer. So I have 2 bins there, obviously. The larger ones are on the right, and fortunately I've been around long enough. I can pick up a roll and know what it is, so I don't have labels or anything, but I can easily find what I need. And I do have some of those pre-cut large sheets up against the wall there in the back. As we come around, you guys see I am not necessarily an organized soul. Here's my beautiful luminaire. And here is how I organize my thread. So just like the drawers on the other side, these are bigger, so they can hold more of each colors. So you can see I have red and pink up there on the top left, and so on and so forth. I have variegated, metallic, matte threads. Everything is organized so I know what is in each drawer, and I can pull those out. When I am working over here, I have the lovely thread catcher there hanging. I've got the pin cushion part tucked in the drawer, so that hangs there really nice, and I can use that for trash when I'm working over here. So again, I have the ironing station and cutting station right next to me that I can use for quick little things here. Of course, I have my container of candy because that's super duper important when I'm up here for hours. I have to keep myself going, right? Those threads that are out are actually all part of the project that I'm working on, so I don't want to mix them in, so I want to make sure I have quick access to those. One of these days I will finish that project. And how do I organize all of this? So the top of my machine, I've got the threads. What it's currently threaded with is sewing thread. When I am not using that, I place it on the left portion of my lid there, and I replace that with a embroidery bobbin. I have some pins that are just up there, and then I keep all of my embroidery bobbins run in that little box to the right. So again, my hubby built me this beautiful cabinet, and in the drawers I have quite a bit of organization here. So I absolutely love, this is a bamboo tray organizer that I've just placed inside of there. I do have the nonstick, I don't know what you call it, it's the grippy for drawers and shelves and stuff underneath in there. I've got my tub of Q-tips that I use to clean my machine out every day. My needles are all organized. All of my pointy, sharp things are in one container. My wonder clips and pins together. My favorite thing that I like to use is this right here, and that keeps whatever foot I'm not using. So if I'm embroidering, my sewing foot and ankle are there with my screwdriver to change that. And then of course reading glasses in the front pocket there because I can no longer see. I have my box of feet and everything that the luminaire came with laid out nice in there. I have really easy access to that. And then again, I have a whole entire tub of USBs, my different tapes, some more measuring tools, and another tray in here that has things sorted out. I do have miscellaneous parts in the other drawers. Having some storage like this is super, super helpful. So these are all of my magnetic hoops, except for my super big one, which I keep right next to the machine on the other side, which is nice and easy to access. And then in the bottom, I keep the sewing arm that would attach to the machine and the space filler so that I can sew on this cabinet as well. So lots of really fun things. And again, having a storage drawer set is super helpful. You guys might have seen the class that Sarah did for this cute little bag set. This was the color choices that I did, but this is my travel kind of go bag, and I have all of the marking tools, scissors, so on and so forth. And then I have wonder clips in the zipper portions and things like that. So having a organized piece when I'm traveling as well is very, very helpful. So I hope you enjoyed this tour around my room and how I use things. You guys have a great one. We'll see you here in a sec.